Yes, my people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Guys, listen, I filmed the whole video, yeah? I literally filmed a 45-minute video, and then I decided it was trash. I was like, you know what? I don't know what video I want to do next, right? I want to be authentic, I want it to be real, and I just felt like the video that I was doing, it was a story time, and yeah, it was real. I don't know, I just felt like my second video has got to be a bit more authentic, a bit more about me. Do you know what I mean? As you can see from the title of this video, yeah, is about why I cannot mess with anyone from school. Now, you lot might think, oh, this is just a little, you know, story time, but this is a deep story, and this is a deep thing about me, yeah, the trauma that I've had to go through and endure in school. And I thought, you know what, let me share this with you guys. Let me be vulnerable with you guys. Let me be authentic with you, yeah, and actually show you a bit about me and why I am the way I am. But yeah, I literally just woke up from a nap, right? I had work today, and I woke up from a nap, and it just popped in my head. Right? It just popped in my head, and I just wanted to get it off my chest, honestly. Like, I was literally ranting to myself in bed about it, and I thought, you know what? Let me put on this camera and let me actually be authentic, because this is how I actually feel in the moment, and let me just tell you lot as well. So the reason why I'm making this video, right, is I went to a rave not long ago, about 2 weeks ago, right? And I was having off in a rave, and basically it hit about 2 a.m, yeah? I'm mash up, yeah? I've split up with all my friends. I'm literally with my one friend now. We're just off our nut, right? So we're having a good time, Someone comes up to me and he's like, oh, Addy, I don't even know. I couldn't really hear too much, yeah? I'm thinking this is someone like that just knows me off TikTok, innit? So I'm just being polite, speaking to them, this, that, and the other. And then he goes, oh, what, do you not remember me? And I'm thinking, I'm looking at him like, you know, you're deep analyzing someone's face and you're like, I don't know who this guy is, yeah? And then he's like, let's call him Orange, yeah? He's like, oh, it's Orange from school. And I'm like, Orange from school? I don't know that Orange from school. And you know, when your mashup, yeah? For me, school was a time where I decided to keep that in its own thing. Do you know what I mean? I decided that was just a whole different life for me. Do you know what I mean? I don't chat to no one from school. School is a traumatic thing for me, yeah? Very traumatic. So I don't know. I just, like, it didn't register in my head. Because of the environment that I was in, right? I'm in this rave, right? And I never see anyone that I've gone to school with at festivals, raves, or anything. So this is the last person I'm even expecting to bump into. And then it clicked. And it wasn't a click like, oh, that's Orange, yo. It's a click like, Orange. You know what I mean? Like, what are you even talking to me? Listen, I don't know. I just thought, you know, the things that this guy used to do to me in school, yeah? And not just to me, to my cousins, to my friends, like, the things that you do, why would you ever feel like you can come up speaking to me like me and you were friends, like me and you shared, like, homework and thing like that? Do you know what I mean? We were never friends like that, yeah? I don't care, you should have looked at me, I looked at you, we just gone our separate ways, because I must have seen 2 other people that I knew from school at that rave, yeah? And I didn't say anything to them, I didn't say hi to them, nothing. Why would I go and speak to people that I never messed with in school, yeah? And it's not even that I didn't even mess with them, it was that these people were mean to me, yeah? Well, this boy in particular was mean to me, wicked to me even, yeah? I used to come home sometime, yeah, and think, what have I done to this guy to make this guy so mad, yeah? What have I done to him for him to hate me so much, to treat me such a bad and evil type of way, yeah? For him to get all his little mates to gang up on me, yeah? I just don't get it. What have I done to you? Do you get it? And it's something that I never got that answer to. You know what I mean? Because after school, after school, I did not speak to anyone again. When I was in school and the guy used to be mean to me and bully me and stuff. And it's not bullying me because it was like, I'd always fight back, yeah? I'm a person that I'd always stand up to myself. And it was not like it was the issue, but my pride was the issue, yeah? Because my mum told me this so many times, come out of that school, go to a different school, go da. But because my pride was like, I'm not letting no one kick me out of no school, yeah? I'm gonna stay in a school where nobody likes me, and I'm still gonna go to lesson. Well, to be fair, I didn't really go to lesson, but I'm still gonna go into school. No one's gonna tell me and run me out of no school, yeah? I've come to that school to learn. I mean, I gotta stay in that school till a rascal end, and that's what I did, innit? But that pride ain't good. I should have set that pride to the side and be like, you know what, let me go and change school, because I probably would have met a good set of friends from school and da. Instead, I just decided to stay and live in the trauma. Listen, I'm gonna give you an example, yeah, of one of the many things that have happened to me at school, right? Listen, I was jumped, people were saying this about me, that about me, older years were getting involved. But this one time, yeah, in particular, is something that I can still feel in my body today, yeah? That trauma, that anger, I still feel in myself today. But I'm gonna give you an example out of the many times, yeah, I was mistreated at school. But this one just stuck with me the most. Not even the one where I got physically jumped, yeah? Not even the one where people were trying to beat me up and gang up on me. So picture this, yeah? I'm minding my business. I'm with my cousin and one of my friends, yeah? And I think there must have been one or two other friends that were there in the background, but we're just minding our own business. And I remember this clear as day, yeah? I was like in the cage, you had two cages, a bottom cage. I was in the bottom cage, right? And by this little ping pong table, we were just doing TikToks because TikTok was still a thing then, innit? But it just wasn't as viral, innit? So I was doing TikToks just like laughing around. The bell gone, yeah? And as soon as the bell gone, it must have been either as soon as the bell gone or before or literally just after, yeah? All of a sudden, yeah? Someone kick a ball in my face, yeah? And this wasn't this was an accident and or wearing pee and this, that, and the other. Someone kick a ball in my face on purpose. They've seen me minding my business, yeah? And they've kicked that ball in my face on purpose. And you see at that time, yeah, that happened, you see our mental health was so deteriorating. My mental health was mashed up into the ground, yeah? And after all the stuff that just kept going on, the taunting, yeah? Man, I swear I bugged out that day, yeah? As soon as that happened, yeah, I just stopped and you know where you just switch, you know, you just switch and you turn mad. I just started screaming, threw that ball, get that ball in my face. Everyone's there. Listen, the older years were there, my year were there, every year was fucking there, yeah? I am screaming, I'm bugging out. You know, my cousin is trying to calm me down, my friend's trying to calm me down. I want everyone getting off me, yeah? The teacher's trying to hold me back, yeah, because I'm just screaming in front of everybody's face. I'm like, I didn't even know who it was, yeah? But I knew what group it was, but I didn't know who it was, yeah? So I'm just shouting and screaming at everyone and all these lot that, like, I know that one of them like did it, yeah? All laughing and that, taunting at me, the whole year group. You see that feeling there, yeah? It was an anger that I just can't explain, yeah? It was just years of people just being so wicked to you, yeah? That just one time you're gonna just snap, yeah? One time you're gonna snap. And that's just how I felt. I felt like I was gonna snap and that whole school was gonna mash up that day, yeah? The teachers come obviously dragging me back and whatever. Yeah, I got tears rolling down my eyes. I'm red. I just want to explode. You see, have you ever been so angry, yeah, that it's not even like you just want to hurt everyone else, but you want to just explode and just rip open your face. That is the anger that I'm talking about, guys. That is what some of these people done to me, yeah? That is what that school has done to me, yeah? And you know who was at the forefront? That guy who come up to me at the rave. He was one of the main ones that was with him and his little pals that were there laughing at me. Laughing, taunting, pointing at me. So you know, when he come up to me in that rave, yeah, talking to me about I honestly was shocked. Yeah, I wasn't shocked at the time because it took me a bit to process it because I didn't even realize who it was. But it was only till after I was speaking to the girl that I was with, yeah, and I was like, I actually couldn't believe it. He used to bully my cousin who was a girl. He used to bully her. He used to bully my other cousin who was a boy. And he used to be evil to me. Listen, I don't want to say the word bully because I just don't like the word bully. Yeah, because bully is just like you just let people do stuff to you. I never let people do nothing. I always stood up for myself. But he was wicked. Yeah, he was wicked. And honestly, I couldn't believe he came up to me. Now, as you can imagine, the trauma that left me with in school, yeah, all of these stuff happening, like regular occurrences, yeah, that were happening all the time. The worst years of my life were in school, yeah. And when I tell you I only had like one or two friends, I used to hang out with my 1, 2 cousins, or I had my one best friend, yeah, at the time. But imagine this, yeah, you see when COVID hit, my best friend, we're not really friends anymore, but at the time of COVID and all that, my friend had a vulnerable family member, right? So my friend couldn't come into school. So I had to go into school on my own. Now my friend would be off for 6 weeks even, yeah? 4, 5, 6 weeks, I'd be on my own, on my Jack Jones, yeah? And that's where the trauma really hit. Yeah, that's where all that stuff happened and and mix up and drama. But the being on your own, yeah, that's where it really hit. Because yeah, you can go through all of this bullying and stuff, but you know if you've got your 1, 2 friends, at least you got each other, yeah? But my best friend, wasn't allowed to come to school because of COVID. And my cousins, that's just a whole story for another time, but let's just say I weren't with my cousins. So it would be me coming in, dealing with people, yeah, people were rude. It's not like it was all the time like that, but they'll be saying something under their breath. There'll be this, there'll be words, there'll be looks, yeah. There'll be just the atmosphere, yeah, the atmosphere. Can you just imagine? And I had to be on my own, yeah. It'd be sometimes I'd be staying in like a building, yeah, I just wanted to be on my own. Teachers kicking me out of the building, you can't be in the building and da da da. I didn't want to be and walk around in the playground on my own. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to stay in the building. I'd do anything, you know. I'd come in late, I'd bunk, I'd do everything. Just, I don't even know. Because I'm on my own, you have to figure out something to do. And you know what they label you as? They label you as naughty, yeah? They put the label saying that you're a naughty kid, that you're this, that you're that. When really and truly, you've got these issues that's going on, yeah? Not only your mental health problems, but you've got these issues with the other kids at school that why would I want to be in a class with people who are just wicked to me? Yeah, or how? And I'm the only odd one there. And then they'd split up with me and my 1, 2 little friends that I had, yeah? So I'd literally be on my own. So I'd come in late, or I wouldn't come into school, or I'd bunk when I'm in school, or whatever it was, you know. And there'd be times where I'd call my mum at school, and every time I had breakdown at school, you know, proper breakdown, yeah, where I'd bawl. And if it weren't then, it's when I coming home, yeah, and I bawl up in my room. I'm sorry, but this is some real trauma that I've gone through in that place. I used to go the whole day sometimes without speaking to anyone, you know. It might be 1 or 2 teachers trying to check up on you or whatever, but I wouldn't speak to anyone. The whole day just nobody would even fucking pay me no attention. And it's why I just can't even mess with even the people who didn't have anything to do with, you know, the bullying or whatever. It was you seeing me on my own. No one come up to me and be like, oh, Addy, you okay? Addy, you want to come chill with us? And da da da. But it's now I see you outside of school a few years later. Oh, Addy, how are you? Da, 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 da. And I'm thinking, nah. And these were the same people who used to hang out with the same group of boys that were mean to me. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, you might not have done nothing directly, yeah? And I remember there was one boy that come up to me one time, yeah? It's about a year ago, or like a year and a half ago, 2 years, something like that, yeah? And he's speaking to me and he's like trying to like want to be friends or something, yeah? And I said, listen, bro, like, you used to hang out with the people who were never nice to me. You would just stand there, yeah? You wouldn't talk to me, like, you wouldn't check up on me, you wouldn't do nothing like that. And now you want to come speak to me because you're not friends with them no more. Listen, birds of a feather flock together, yeah? You was happily chilling with these people. And that's why I just don't mess with no one from school. And you know what? That is why I am the way that I am, yeah? I'm a person where I don't ever want to make anyone feel left out. You see me, yeah? And this is an anxiety thing as well. I always want to make sure that people are comfortable. But then at the same time, I always think people got a problem with me, yeah? I always think my friends are upset with me for some reason. Or I think, you know, I get so anxious in my head and I overthink that, you know, small things that happen. And I end up thinking that my friend's got a problem with me or something, or I've upset them and and I don't ever want to make people feel unhappy or like they're not comfortable. Do you know what I mean? And this is why I love the friends that I have, yeah? Because it's not easy being my friend. Like, you know, you can't just end up just speaking to me 1 or 2 times. Like, you've really got to be my friend. You've really got to put in effort with me, yeah? For me to be able to open up and chill with you and like you and stuff. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, I've got some friends, right, who've like let me in their group and stuff and they've just been nice to me. I've got a few different groups, yeah, of like friends that have always just made me feel comfortable. Do you know what I mean? Always made me feel comfortable. So I've always got to big up my friends for that. You know, they've healed certain childhood traumas in me, yeah? Like, can you imagine that? A lot of like my friends don't even know, yeah? I won't say anything, yeah? But I will leave like certain hangouts, yeah, feeling like that's just healed like a childhood trauma inside of me. Like 100, yeah? Because of all of that stuff that I've gone through, to have people that, you know, just like you and don't expect nothing from you and that are just good to you, yeah? I don't know, it's a different feeling when you had so much stuff like gone on in school. But yeah, because of all that, I've gained some sort of like hyper awareness, yeah? I'm too aware of like people's emotions that I overthink and I think I've upset people. Listen, there's been so many times I've always been like to my friends, oh, go and speak to like this friend. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, like, you know, if I've got different groups hanging out, oh, can you go speak to that friend? Like, just make that friend a bit more comfortable and because, you know, like, it's just little things like that that a lot of people don't even think to do, yeah? And that's why the people that I have around me, right, they're good people because a lot of the time they can see that, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the time people can see that, you know what I mean, you're a certain way, yeah, like you're anxious or this or that. And you know, when they try and make you feel comfortable, where they bring you in, where they talk to you, where they like, you know, make you feel a part, like, I don't know, when you've gone through certain stuff, small stuff like that, yeah, goes a long way. You know what I mean? Like people will remember you for that. I will always remember people who do that kind of thing for me. After school finished now, I didn't have anything to do with anyone, you know. I didn't speak with anyone from school. I had obviously my best friend and stuff that, you know, went on holidays together and but that was about it. I didn't really speak to anyone else from school. You know, I didn't want to speak to anyone from school. I cut off everyone. You know, I've got about 2 people that I went to school with on social media. Literally about 2, 3 people. Maybe 1 on like TikTok or 2 on TikTok. Like 2 people on Snapchat and that. That's literally it. Literally it. I don't mess with anyone from school. I don't want to be friends with anyone from school, right? But yeah, guys, I just wanted to get that off my chest because honestly, like, I don't know, I just sitting in my bed just thinking about it, and I thought, you know what, let me put this on YouTube. And I know this will resonate with a lot of you people. And for the people that it resonates with, yeah, who've gone through stuff in school and who've gone through bullying, who've gone through all that stuff. But I see you people, right, stay strong and like, listen, I know a lot of people have gone through stuff in school and they've come out look like a better people. Yeah, because all the bullies and all the mean people and all the people who thought their dogs bollocks and stuff, where are they? Do you know what I mean? They're nowhere special. Do you know what I mean? They fall off. I mean, they were never even on top anyway. Do you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? You don't ever see them again. It's always people who have overcome certain stuff in school that end up, do you know what I mean, either being successful or just generally being good people. But yeah, guys, that's just a little insight, yeah, on why I am the way I am, why I think the way I do. And yeah, I know sometimes people think of me as like, oh, I'm just mean because of some certain stuff I've said on TikTok. But generally, I'm not actually like that. But yeah, guys, if you want to see any more story times, obviously this one's a bit more about me, a bit more background on like the school time and stuff. But I will do like a story time on like when I was jumped and stuff and other certain stuff that happened in school. I've got a lot of story times that I can tell, but you lot just let me know down below. Thank you guys for watching. If you watched the whole video, please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.